Do you find yourself repeatedly waking up in the middle of the night for no reason? Do you find yourself there lying in bed, wide awake, typically between 3 and 5 a.m. in the morning? And does it sometimes frustrate you, and the harder you try to go back to sleep, the more awake you become? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how actually, if you're one of the lucky few who does have this repetitive pattern of waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. for no apparent reason, you can use that time to manifest more of what you want into your reality. My kings and queens, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Lucy, and on this channel I share all kinds of videos about spirituality, personal development, and particularly at this time, how to become the best version of yourself while you are stuck at home in quarantine. So today's video is all about that often frustrating situation where you find yourself waking up wide awake in the middle of the night, a few hours before your alarm, and you just wish you could go back into a deep sleep. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I often say it's not about what happens to us, it's about how we choose to respond. And you get to choose, first of all, to respond to everything in your life, either as a privilege or a problem. Okay, we're going to be looking specifically at this situation, but what I invite you to do is to look at everything in your life that up until now you've been viewing as problems and start to flip your perspective on those things and start to see them as privileges. Sometimes it might take digging really deep to find the blessing. But I can assure you, if you put in the effort to look at everything in your life as a blessing that is there to help you grow stronger, to help you have more life experience, to help you reach the next level of who you want to be in this world, then everything will start to feel easier, or at least everything will feel meaningful, and it will help you to understand that the universe is actually conspiring on your behalf at all times. So what do I mean by the fact that waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. is a blessing, especially if you're watching this feeling rather sleep deprived right now? How many times have you found when you've tried to settle down into a meditation that you just can't because there's so much noise in your head that it feels like you can barely get a second of silence in your mind? If this has ever happened to you before, comment below, because I know this is one of the most typical problems with meditation, and when people read your comments, they will realize that they're not alone with this. Now, thoughts, as many of you are aware, thoughts are a form of energy. Yes, it's an electrical signal going around your brain. That is a thought. But where do these thoughts come from? A lot of spiritual people understand that everything is energy, and energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. Therefore, when you get thoughts that pop into your head, they have been transferred to you from somewhere. Now, particularly if you have a busy, hectic life, perhaps if you live in a household with lots of other people, or even if you don't, but you find you're online a lot of the time scrolling through, you're absorbing a lot of other people's energy. So by being in a crowded house, by crowding your mind through social media, or if you live in a crowded city, you are surrounded by other people's interfering energy patterns. Imagine if you're trying to tune your radio and there are loads of different radio stations on every single nearby frequency. When you're trying to tune your radio, it's so easy to tune into other people's stations when you're just trying to find that one piece of music. So at the same time, if you're in an area where there's lots of other people's thoughts and feelings and ideas and energies floating around you, this can cause you to struggle to find that quiet. When you do wake up between 3 and 5 a.m., yes, your mind might be racing with your own thoughts. But next time that you get awoken at this time, I want you to become aware of how quiet the world is around you. Maybe everyone else in your household is sleeping, and maybe you can expand that consciousness and think about everyone on the street where you live. everyone in your town, everyone in your city, everyone in your country, and think about the fact that the majority of people, not including our amazing night shift heroes that are working behind the scenes while we're sleeping. But if we think about it, the majority of people around you are sleeping, and they're still, and their mind is still, and their thoughts are much less busy. Okay? So what that means is between 3 and 5 a.m., because there's far fewer interfering frequencies around you, it's actually one of the easiest and most effective times to go into a meditation, to be able to clear your mind, to perhaps during that time of clarity, to be able to download, to channel messages, ideas, songs, stories into your mind, and to be able also to use that time where there's far fewer people praying or meditating or visualizing during that time, and for you to put your requests out there to the universe. Because think about it this way: if you're trying to call up a helpline and you're calling at peak hours, you're trying to get your call answered, but because so many other people are also putting their requests in, then you're number 300 in the queue. So think about it this way: when you're connecting vibrationally to something bigger than you, if you're able to do that while everything around you is calm and tranquil and peaceful and quiet, then your vibration can rise up much more easily with far less interference, and can be received, can be felt, can be connected, can be established. Now, really, the ultimate goal is for you to be able to find that mindfulness, that presence, that calmness, that clarity, that inner peace anywhere at any time. That is what we would refer to someone who has reached a state of enlightenment, where they are unaffected by the chatter and the noise and the chaos that may be around them, and still they are connected, they are aligned no matter what. But on our journeys towards that ultimate goal, that ultimate spiritual goal of enlightenment, we get to practice along the way. And the easiest time of day to practice finding that peace, that tranquility, that alignment is between 3 and 5 a.m. when the majority of people around you are asleep and resting and inactive. Now I hope you can see what I mean when I say that you could look at this either as a problem or as a privilege. If you look at it as a privilege, you can see that, wow, okay, I'm actually one of the chosen ones. I was woken up by, I don't know what, there seems to be some energy flowing through me, even though I haven't had enough sleep and I haven't eaten anything and I haven't had any coffee recently. How do you have so much energy flowing through you? Well, that is the beautiful thing about energy. And the more you progress along your spiritual journey, the more you will be able to tap into energy sources that are not sleep or food, and you can find yourself just being charged up because of your alignment. So I invite you, next time you find yourself wide awake between 3 and 5 a.m., to sit up out of bed, to meditate, to clear your mind, to become consciously aware of how quiet the world around you is. And in that state, just enjoy this luxury, this rarity where the world is quiet, where it's easier for your mind to be quiet, where it's easier to listen to the silence and to see it as an opportunity for your mind to cleanse. Because when your alarm goes off and your daily routine begins, sometimes we don't have a single moment from waking with the alarm to going to bed at night. We don't have a single moment of silence in the mind. So allow that 3 to 5 a.m. window to be your opportunity, your luxurious treat to be able to sit in that silence. And the bonuses are the fact that that is when ideas can be received more easily. That's where you hear a lot of songwriters wake up in the middle of the night with a song going around their head and they have to wake up and write it down. My dad, who's on YouTube, by the way, I'll put his link into the description. I remember throughout my childhood, I would hear him walking downstairs in the middle of the night with a whole song in his head that he just received in the middle of the night when the energies were more calm, When his mind was more quiet, he was able to receive songs in their entirety. You hear about filmmakers, authors, poets, artists, all sorts of creative people, and all sorts of business-minded people who get some of their best ideas in the middle of the night. So quiet your mind, be open to ideas, but also be open to complete silence. And as I said also, you can put your requests out there to the universe and they will be heard, they will be recognized much more easily. So if this video has helped you to change your perspective slightly or given you some inspiration for the next time you find yourself awake in the middle of the night, be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know to make more videos like this. Comment below any realizations you've had or any requests you have for future videos, and make sure, if you haven't already, to hit the subscribe button and the bell to make sure that YouTube will show you more videos just like this one. So until next time, bye guys. Mwah.